2020 won't let up. It won't let up. So this is going to be a heavy video because I have a lot of heavy topics to talk about. So just bear with me. I want to talk about the unexpected passing of actor Chadwick Boseman this past weekend. That affected me more than I thought it would. I'm not gonna lie. I was literally in bed when I got the news. I woke up from a text from my friend, and she said "Rip Chadwick," and I was like, "Who?" And then like my brain put two and two together, and I was like, "Oh wait, Chadwick Boseman?" And I was like, "There's no way." I told my friend, I said, "Quit lying." I thought she was playing with me or something, or like she was talking about a TV character or something. So when I checked Twitter and I saw the number one trend was Chadwick Boseman, like literally I got sick to my stomach. It was just super unexpected. No one expected it, because I don't think the general public knew that he was, I don't think the general public knew that he was battling cancer. So the news literally just hit us from left field. I know he released a tweet and it told us that he was battling colon cancer since 2016. And I was just like, what? Like, you never would have known, because he was just out there putting out movie after movie. Like, to just know that he was battling cancer since 2016 and he still gave us all the movies that he did. Like, that, it's like, it's inspiring, but it's also kind of sad at the same time. I don't know if that makes any sense. But, like, he was just so resilient. And, like, watching all his interviews and stuff in retrospect, like, the amount of respect, like, I already had a tremendous amount of respect for him, but just to know he was going through what he was going through, and he was still being so selfless with his gift, with his craft, and he was still dedicated to, making his movies and whatnot. Like, that's inspiring. I don't, thinking about Chadwick, it made me think back to the Black Panther premiere. I remember it vividly. It was my freshman year, and I went with a bunch of my friends. And I just remember being so excited and so happy to see that movie, because the hype and the promo they had for it was immaculate. So at this point, I'm like, bro, let me see this movie. I remember getting there. The lines were so long, but we pre-ordered our tickets, so we didn't have to wait to get the tickets. But the lines were long nonetheless. I remember being in the lobby. I remember like the cardboard cutouts they had of the cast, and you could take pictures with it. I remember kids being like in their Black Panther costumes, and most of the adults, they were either dressed in like all black attire, or some people had like authentic African get up. So it was just like the enthusiasm and the excitement, it was tangible. Like, you could literally feel it. And I remember like certain scenes in the film, like, that were just a nod to like black people and black culture, and everyone, all the black people be like, yeah, and just laughing. So I was just, Chadwick passing just made me think about that, reminisce about that. And I'm like, I'm so grateful that he was able to give us the performances that he did, give us the characters, portray the characters that he did. That memory of Chadwick Boseman as Black Panther, I won't ever forget that, and I'm super grateful for that. My thoughts and my prayers are with his family and with his loved ones, because I know losing a loved one is not easy. Literally today, the day I'm filming this, is actually the 1-year anniversary of my grandfather's passing. So, I know what it's like to lose someone that you care about. I hope that his friends and his family are taking care of themselves and, supporting each other. Especially his wife and his kids, because, they know him on a whole different level compared to what the general public know him as. Like, to them, that's dad, that's their husband. So, my thoughts and my prayers are with him. I'm pretty sure, I would imagine his family knew, so hopefully so I hope they had peace. They were able to prepare for it as best as they could. But this whole thing with Chadwick, it's both sad but also inspiring, knowing that he was going through what he was going through, but he was still selfless enough to film and, dedicate himself to his craft in the way that he did. He's filmed so many movies in just a 4-year span, and he's played so many influential, iconic black characters. So just like in the short amount of time that he was here with us, he was able to leave the impact that he did. So that just goes to show, if you're passionate about something, you really should pursue it and do it to the best of your ability. I just hope He rests in peace. I know, because I know battling cancer does a lot. It takes a toll on the body. So I hope he rests in peace. You know, now that I think about it, this past week, it seems like it has not been the week for Black America at large, because so many things have been popping off. Another sad story was the shooting of Jacob Blake in Wisconsin at the hands of police officers. They shot him 7 times in front of his kids. I can't even begin to fathom the trauma, how traumatizing it is to see your dad get shot at that young of an age. Like that does something to you. Luckily, his father updated, the public, letting us know that his son was alive. But I did read somewhere that he's like paralyzed from the waist down. So then, in response to, the shooting of Jacob Blake, protests began to emerge. And per usual, wouldn't it be America if, with a protest, a riot ensued? So, riots broke out. But there's one fella in particular who took it upon himself to help these cops out. This Kyle Rittenhouse motherfucker. He took it upon himself to help the police, quote unquote. And he ends up shooting 3 people, killing 2. The contrast between how the media treated Jacob Blake, the victim of shooting by the police, versus this Kyle bitch, a whole murderer. Like, the difference, disappointing but not surprising at least. Literally, they're calling him, he was training to be a cop or some shit. Don't care. He needs to be training to be someone's bottom in prison, because that's exactly where he's going. I can't imagine going to a whole nother state to counter protest the shooting of an unarmed Black man. You have to have some nerve to pull up to a whole nother state. You don't even live here. You don't even go here, mind you. So you show up to a whole nother state just to counter protest and protect property you don't own, property that is not yours. Like, do y'all buy that? Because I don't buy that. I find it hard to believe that this Kyle motherfucker went up there with good intentions like he claimed he was, because he claimed he was trying to protect property and help the police. Whatever, that's a load of bullshit. Because, like, you showed up to those protests with the intention of wanting to hurt someone. Like, you literally came from a whole nother state. You came from a whole nother state with your little gun, and you end up shooting 3 people, killing 2 of them. At the end of the day, all we want is justice. That's all we really want. The Black Lives Matter movement, the protesters, all that. We just want justice. We want a fair shake, a fair trial, because most of the times Black people don't even live to make it to trial. We're killed by the police. I'm optimistic knowing that Jacob Blake did survive, and I hope that he's able to make his case in court. I hope that the cops who are responsible for this are prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I hope this dumb white kid who wanted to help the cops, I hope they throw the book at his dumb ass. I hope he never sees broad daylight again. I hope he sees for the rest of his days. I hope he spends the rest of his days inside of a cell, because that's what he deserves. Yeah, that's my rant. But yeah, just take some time for yourself. Do something you enjoy. Because Lord knows we all need it. But yeah, that's all I got for now. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all later.